got there, and that is absolutely amazing. Super proud of this community and all the surrounding communities that support this organization. I just got goosebumps. I couldn't be more proud of our community. This is absolutely amazing.
Campaign co-chair Shane Wilson's reaction as the United Way of Western Nebraska yesterday announced their recently completed annual campaign, raising just over $401,000. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the United Way of Western Nebraska has announced that their annual fundraising effort eclipsed their goal, raising $401,020 over the past year that would help partner agencies in the coming 12 months. During a news conference at the United Way office in Scottsbluff, Executive Director Karen Benzel said it was truly a team effort encompassing the entire Panhandle and parts of Eastern Wyoming.
Over $200,000 was raised just from those Pacesetter businesses. We raised close to between $80,000 and $90,000 with our special events, and so those are two of our major contributors to our campaign. But I always go back that every dollar counts, whether it was a $5 donation one time or you dropped some change into the jars at Panhandle Co-op when you went grocery shopping. Just so you know, all that came back and all that contributed to that $401,020.
Campaign co-chair Allie Berggren said the generosity of the region will have a big impact.
There's a lot of need out there, and what exceeding our goal just shows that our community cares, and we really take care of our own. And we couldn't do it without the United Way and all our benefactors and those who contribute to our campaign. So thank you.
Included in this year's total was an unexpected $9,000 donation from Alliance-based Pepsi-Cola of Western Nebraska when that business was named Distributor of the Year. Well, a Colorado man is in the Scottsbluff County Detention Center facing a host of charges after reports he allegedly flashed a handgun at motorists Tuesday night. Scottsbluff police say 34-year-old Eric Spencer Thomas Jones was taken into custody after a brief foot chase near the intersection of Highway 26 and Avenue I. Authorities say, responding to reports from several motorists, officers located the described vehicle and suspect in the Walmart parking lot and gave chase after the man ran across the highway in the area west of the Maverick convenience store. He's being held on suspicion of terroristic threats, use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, possession of stolen property, possession of methamphetamine, and 3 additional counts of possession of a controlled substance. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
It's time for the recycling game. Question 1. Where do you recycle old electronics in the Tri-City area?
The Environmental Services at 609 East 2nd Street.
Correct. Question 2. Where can you find recycling trailers?
Trailers can be found in Gearing and Terrytown.
Correct. Final question. How can you dump recyclables and not have to sort them?
The Free Stream Recycle Bins from the city.
That's correct. You just won a cleaner and happier city, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater.
Welcome back. A rural Scottsbluff woman who was found guilty of exploiting a vulnerable elderly woman by forging names on real estate documents and trying to sell the associated property has been sentenced to prison. In January, a jury convicted 47-year-old Londa Neal on charges of second-degree forgery over $5,000 and attempted theft by taking with a value of over $5,000. Court documents allege the name and signature of the victim were forged onto a 2021 quitclaim deed that would transfer joint interest in a property on Page Drive to Londa Neal. On Wednesday, District Judge Andrea Miller sentenced Neal to 4 to 10 years on the forgery charge and 2 to 3 years on the attempted theft by taking charge. The 2 counts will run concurrently, and she received credit for just 5 days already served. Well, the 32-year-old Broadwater man charged with murdering his father over a dispute about chores was back in court this week. Joseph Bennett is charged with first-degree murder and use of a firearm to commit a felony in connection to the fatal shooting that occurred in the small Morrill County community in August of 2022. During Monday's pretrial conference, the prosecution requested a second evaluation of Bennett to determine competency, and the defense requested that the pretrial hearing be continued to a later date. Both requests were granted, and the pretrial conference and determination of competency hearing will be held on May 1st and is tentatively set for trial in the June jury term. And the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Bureau of Business Research says the state's leading economic indicator rose in January with a sharp jump of 1.29%. BBR Director and economist Eric Thompson says most of the components of the indicator improved that month.
Key components of the rising leading indicator included a seasonally adjusted improvement in building permits for single-family homes, a decline in the value of the U.S. dollar, which improves competitive position for Nebraska businesses that export, like manufacturers and agriculture, as well as a seasonally adjusted increase in airline passenger counts.
While the January index suggests that Nebraska's economy will avoid a recession through the first half of the year, he also tempered any optimism that could be taken from the reading. He said the improvements primarily reflect a rebound from a weak December rather than a sustained expansion.
Renewal by Andersen makes the best replacement windows and patio doors you can get, and they're among the best investments you can make in your home right now. Mortgage interest rates have doubled in just the last year. People are renovating their homes rather than moving. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors are a fantastic investment. Great tax incentives right now, 5-star energy rated, significantly cut your energy bills, and make your home much more valuable in a buyer's market. Snap that QR code, visit rbawyoming.com right now to start the conversation.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Boys State basketball getting underway today in Lincoln, and the Scottsville Bearcats hope to make a deep run. Chris Cottrell catches up with head coach Scott Gullion in Lincoln to talk about tonight's matchup.
I guess just break down the scouting report on what York's going to be about.
They're going to be tough. They're going to be physical, get the ball inside. They got some guys that can shoot it. His name's Severs is a really good player, good guard. They got multiple guys that can get in the post, really sound defensively, get after you, and we're going to have to take on their physicality and try to take it to another level.
One thing you've talked a lot about here down the stretch is not the offensive side of what you guys do, but what you guys have been doing defensively.
Yeah, I think that's an important piece, and when we're really good on the defensive end, it leads to offense, and that's going to be a huge key tomorrow against York, is getting off to a fast start on the defensive end, flying around, making shots really hard on people, and then boxing out and rebounding.
And then one last thing, just the overall depth of the Class B field. Scott's the 1C, but it looks like really everybody probably should feel like they got a chance to do a little something.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams are pretty even. Who's playing the best at the moment, who can get hot at the right time. But either way, you're going to have to play some of your best basketball of the year.
Chris Cottrell will have the call of the game tonight at 6:30 as the Bearcats square off against the York Dukes. The game can be heard on 107.3 The Trail.
Morrow County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrow County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the people you know and trust.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored, full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Scottsbluff City Council this week had the opportunity to learn more about the Scottsbluff Police Department's canine named Duke. Officer Tyler Weber is Duke's handler, and he says they've been together since November of 2021. Weber says Duke has undergone extensive training that includes narcotic deployment, patrol duties, bite training, and detention. He adds that Duke's workload ebbs and flows depending on what's happening in the community.
His activity-wise, it depends. Sometimes we can have 1 to 2 deployments a week. Sometimes we can have 1 to 2 deployments a night. It just depends. But the training is continuous. We're always trying to learn new things, dial in different things. Also focusing back on just basic obedience.
Following roughly 20 minutes of questions and answers, Officer Weber brought Duke into the council chambers to have him search for a hidden bag of simulated narcotics. After approximately 2 passes around the room, Duke finally detected the contraband and indicated it to his trainer where it was by simply sitting right in front of it. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.